a remote cave in the Caucasus Mountains. Bones buried under layers of time. For millennia, they rested untouched, their secrets frozen in the dark. But when scientists extracted a sliver of ancient DNA from a fossilized molar, they weren't expecting this. What they found shattered assumptions. Not just about ancient humans, but about modern ones too. Two names, universes apart in fame and influence. MrBeast, the internet's philanthropic showman. Elon Musk, the tech visionary hurtling us toward Mars. What could these two cultural titans possibly share in their genetic legacy? The answer isn't in their bank accounts, nor in their public personas. It's hidden deep within their DNA. A sequence, a pattern, a trait so rare, yet so powerful, it could rewrite what we think we know about ambition, drive, and human potential. It all begins with a single gene, one long believed to belong to an extinct hominin species, a gene found in only a sliver of the population. And now, researchers are asking, how did this ancient code survive? And could it be the key to understanding modern greatness? What is the mysterious genetic trait linking past and present legends? And how could it connect the rise of influencers to the forgotten past of a vanished human ancestor? The answer might change everything we thought we knew about human evolution. The story begins over 50,000 years ago, during the last ice age, when Earth was a harsh and unforgiving place. Modern Homo sapiens were not alone. Scattered across Eurasia were other human-like species, the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, and perhaps others lost to history. In 2008, deep inside the Denisova cave in Siberia, Russian archaeologists uncovered a tiny fragment of a finger bone. It didn't look like much, but inside that fragment lay a complete genetic code, unlike anything seen before. It belonged to a new species of archaic human, the Denisovans. Closely related to both Neanderthals and modern humans, they vanished mysteriously, yet left behind something incredible: their DNA. Fast forward to today. In elite genetic labs across the world, scientists began comparing ancient Denisovan genes to modern DNA databases. What they found stunned them. In a tiny fraction of people, especially those of Eurasian and Melanesian descent, Denisovan DNA still echoes through the genome. And among those ancient fragments, a rare mutation stood out. It was linked to hyper-adaptability, advanced problem-solving, and risk-tolerant behavior. Not just traits for survival, but traits for domination in complex environments. The kind of environments where empires are built, or global audiences are captured. Could this forgotten gene from a long-extinct species be quietly influencing the minds of today's greatest disruptors? The breakthrough came not in a cave, but in a server farm. In 2023, a global research project called Genome Mirror launched with one audacious goal: to cross-reference ancient DNA with the complete genomes of high-performance individuals across industries. From elite athletes to tech entrepreneurs to digital influencers. It was controversial. Who gets classified as genetically exceptional? And what would the implications be? But as the data flowed in, one peculiar pattern kept resurfacing. A Denisovan-derived gene cluster, previously thought dormant, was present in a surprisingly high number of modern innovators and risk-takers. The gene had a label, DRD47R, sometimes called the explorer gene. But this was a variant no one had seen in modern humans before. A hypercharged version, found only in a handful of profiles, and two of those stood out immediately: Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, and Elon Musk. Their genetic profiles were anonymized at first, but when researchers overlaid the data with known health records, travel patterns, and public data, The match was unmistakable. The question now wasn't whether the gene existed, but how it survived and what it really does. Why would a long-extinct hominin species gift humanity with a mutation linked to dominance in the digital and technological age? And more importantly, are there others walking among us with the same code, waiting to rise? To understand the origins of the mysterious gene, a coalition of geneticists, anthropologists, and computational biologists formed Project Echoline, headquartered at the Max Planck Institute in Germany. Their mission: trace the gene's pathway from ancient Denisovans to living individuals. But there was a problem. This wasn't just a gene. It was a regulatory complex, embedded in a shadow region of the genome that scientists once called junk DNA. Hidden, unexpressed, until now. Researchers began reverse engineering the sequence using CRISPR editing on lab-grown neural tissue. What they observed was astonishing. The Denisovan variant triggered enhanced synaptic plasticity, faster than normal dopamine recycling, and increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the brain's command center for planning, innovation, and risk. It wasn't about raw intelligence. It was about mental flexibility, drive, and the ability to make high-stakes decisions under pressure. Yet the deeper they went, the more dangerous it became. Ethical firestorms erupted. Some argued this was eugenics reborn. Others feared governments or corporations might try to replicate or weaponize the gene. Meanwhile, hidden from the headlines, a leaked internal report hinted at something more alarming. The gene wasn't just active, it was spreading. Quietly, consistently. Especially among the ultra-connected, those with massive influence over the digital world. Was the Denisovan gene simply a dormant relic? Or was it a dormant code designed for a future species that's only now beginning to awaken? The proof came from a controlled trial conducted in absolute secrecy. Inside a neurogenetics lab in Switzerland, researchers implanted the Denisovan variant into stem cell-derived brain organoids, miniature brains grown in vitro. Within days, the results defied expectations. The organoids didn't just grow faster. They developed unusually complex neural networks, forming synaptic connections at a pace never recorded. Electrical signals pulsed with chaotic intensity, resembling the mental signatures of individuals in high-pressure, high-performance roles. But the final confirmation came from an unexpected source: a voluntary deep-scan neuroimaging session involving high-profile public figures for a documentary on human potential. When the anonymized results came in, 2 scans lit up with identical neural markers observed in the lab-grown brains. Subject A, MrBeast. Subject B, Elon Musk. Their neural pathways showed enhanced pattern recognition, compressed decision cycles, and a unique adaptive override loop, an ability to rapidly reset focus under stress. Overlaying these findings with the genetic data from Project Echoline revealed a 100% correlation. The Denisovan variant wasn't just a theoretical curiosity. It was active, functional, real, and present in individuals who'd reshaped the modern world. The implications were staggering. Was this the origin of extraordinary ambition? A biological switch for disruption? And if so, what does it mean for the rest of us who don't carry the code? Picture this. Tens of thousands of years ago, as glaciers carved through continents and mammoths roamed open plains, a small band of Denisovans wandered east, clinging to survival in the shadows of extinction. Among them, a child was born carrying a rare mutation, a gene unlike any other in their population. They didn't know it, but this single change enhanced the child's awareness, strategy, and resilience. Over generations, As Denisovans interbred with Homo sapiens in remote pockets of Asia, that gene slipped silently into the human genome, hidden, recessive, waiting. Millennia passed. Empires rose and fell. The gene flickered on in moments of history, among outliers, rebels, inventors, visionaries, unrecognized, untraceable, until the world became connected, until the age of algorithms and space travel. In that complex digital frontier, where attention is currency and speed is power, the ancient code found its moment. It began activating in those best adapted to chaos, those who could take massive risks, command massive followings, or launch ideas into orbit. Now, with advanced genomics pulling back the curtain, we can see the line stretching backward. From YouTube studios and rocket factories, all the way to a cave in Siberia. A cave where DNA was fossilized in silence, waiting for the future. Could this have been nature's long game? A genetic time capsule, preparing for an age that hadn't arrived yet? What if greatness isn't just earned, but inherited from a forgotten past? What if the spark behind world-changing ideas, viral influence, and boundless ambition isn't just upbringing or luck, but the echo of an ancient mind that refused to vanish? The discovery of the Denisovan gene in modern icons like MrBeast and Elon Musk forces us to reconsider what shapes us. Are we purely human, or are we hybrids of ancient legacy and modern opportunity? This isn't science fiction. It's happening now. In labs, in data centers, in the minds of those reshaping our planet. And it raises a haunting question. How many others unknowingly carry this ancient fire? How many more are waiting to awaken? We've entered a new era of human understanding, one where archaeology meets neuroscience, and our future may be mapped not by what we build, but by what we've always been. If one gene from a vanished species can drive innovation and influence at a global scale, what other secrets lie buried in our blood? Don't stop here. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and dive deeper with us as we uncover the hidden forces shaping human destiny. Because the greatest discoveries aren't in the past, they're in the code.